Good morning dear students and welcome back in our video lecture with the same topic acids, bases and salts. So students, in my previous video lecture we have studied about neutralization reaction. So who will tell me what is neutralization reaction? Yes, the reaction between acid and base is known as neutralization reaction. So what happens when acid and bases react with each other? When acids and bases react with each other, they form salt and water. This reaction is called neutralization reaction, and during this reaction heat is evolved. There is evolution of heat. We have discussed about it, and also we have discussed about example of HCl and NaOH. When HCl and NaOH reacts with each other, they form salt, sodium chloride and water molecule. Okay, so now we are going to study about neutralization in everyday life. So students, you all know sometimes we all suffer from acidity. So why this acidity cause what is the cause of this acidity? What do you think, students? You all love to eat that Chinese food, or then the spicy food, chaat, whatever. You just want to eat this spicy and Chinese food. So what happens sometimes when you eat this food? Then after some time you feel uncomfortable, or you feel that acid reflux, means there is inflammation of that your food pipeline, or sometimes burping, or sometimes you feel like vomiting. Then that is called acid reflux. So why, student, what do you think, why this indigestion happens, or why, what is the cause of this indigestion, what is the reason? So the reason for this acidity is acid which is secreted in our stomach. Yes, student, in our stomach, in the inner lining of our stomach, acid is secreted. So which acid secretes, and why that acid is not dangerous for our health, that we are going to study now. So indigestion means our stomach contains hydrochloric acid. So which acid gets secreted by our inner lining of stomach? Hydrochloric acid. So why this hydrochloric gets secreted in our stomach? Then is this strong acid or weak basis acid? This is weak acid, means weak acid means it hydrochloric acid is strong acid, but in our stomach it is dilute acid, not weak acid. It is dilute acid, not concentrated. Now then what will, if that acid is concentrated, that one, what will happen, students? Our stomach will burn due to this acid. It causes burning, inflammation of that inner lining of stomach. That's why this acid is not so much concentrated, it is dilute acid. Then why this acid is required for our digestion? So the hydrochloric acid is one of the gastric juice which helps in breaking down of the food, and the digestive enzymes split up the proteins. The acidic juice also kills bacteria. Then what do you think, student? Is our that inner wall of stomach get damaged due to this acid? No. That inner walls of our stomach are not damaged by this acid, because the mucus covers stomach wall with a protective coating, and that's why this acid do not cause any harm to our inner lining of stomach. So hydrochloric acid is the gastric juice which is essential for breaking down of food material, means it just split the proteins. It helps in breaking down of proteins. Okay, so that's why it is important. Then why this acidity cause? Now again we are going to our question. When sometimes this acid required in very small amount for digestion of food. But if you eat spicy, Chinese food, chaat, whatever, then what, oily food, then what happens? To digest this heavy food, that acid secretes beyond its limit, and that excess secretion of acid causes that burning of food pipeline, or that feeling of inflammation, or that burping, feeling of vomiting, all this acid reflux. Okay, why this indigestion causes? Why, what is the reason? Because when we eat spicy, oily like Chinese food material, then what happen? These this acid gets secreted beyond its limit. In our everyday life, this acid is secreted in small amount, that is enough for digestion of our daily food. But if we eat there something new items like Chinese food, oily food, spicy food, then that acid gets secreted beyond limit, and it leads to acid reflux, acidity. Okay, so sometimes this indigestion is painful. To relieve this indigestion, what we will do, or what we can do, we can also use some home remedies, like we can eat mint leaves along with water, or just take some cumin seeds and just boil in water and just drink that water. Or buttermilk plus black pepper plus coriander, it is the best home remedy for acidity. You can also drink cold water, cold milk. This cold milk get means it relieve, it give relief from this acidity. Then banana is one of the best food which is used to cure acidity. Then we can also use baking soda. Just add pinch of baking soda in water and just drink that water. You will feel better. Why? Because all these are basic in nature. And when we just drink that basic solution, then what will happen? Acid and bases reacts with each other and they get neutralized, and all the effect of acid get cured. Okay, so one of the, then if you are not feeling well, then we can also just use antacid. Which antacid? Milk of magnesia, which contains magnesium hydroxide, MgOH twice. So when we just take this milk of magnesia antacid, then what will happen? This acid get reacts acid in our stomach get reacts with this base, and they get neutralized with each, they get neutralized and salt and water is formed, and we feel relief, we feel relief, we just we can cure this acidity. Okay, so what is acidity? Acidity is caused due to excess secretion of HCl in our stomach. And what are the home remedies? We can use banana, cold milk, buttermilk, black pepper and coriander. Then pudina means mint leaves. Then baking soda. This means these home remedies we can use to cure this acidity. And also we can take in antacids such as milk of magnesia, which contains magnesium hydroxide. So student, what is the pH of, normal pH of that hydrochloric acid which get secreted in our stomach? So the pH is between 1.5 to 3.5. Remember this thing also. Okay. Then second neutralization reaction in our everyday life is ant bite. So what happens sometimes, just this ant bite, when this ant bite is very, means it is irritating. We just it forms rashes, red rashes on our skin, and it is very itchy. We just feel like painful. It is also painful. So why exactly, how means what happens exactly when this ant gets bite? So when an ant bites, it injects the acidic liquid. So which acid that ant get inject in our body? It's formic acid into the skin. And the effect of the acid can be neutralized by rubbing moist baking soda. Why moist baking soda? Because baking soda is base, and just that ant inject formic acid. So formic acid and baking soda reacts with each other, and neutralization reaction takes place, and we feel relief from it. Okay, or we can use calamine solution. Also we can use ice pack. Why calamine solution? Because calamine solution consists of zinc carbonate, which is also base. So these are the examples of neutralization reactions in our daily life. So in our next lecture, we are going to study about some more examples related to this neutralization. So today we have discussed about indigestion and ant bite. So which acid gets secreted in our stomach? It is HCl, hydrochloric acid. And which acid is present in the sting of ant? It is formic acid. Remember these two things. So today we have discussed 2 points, indigestion and ant bite. If you have any doubt in these 2 points, you can ask me. Thank you.